Welcome to our exploration of Stoic wisdom, a philosophy that has guided some of the greatest minds in history. Today we delve into the top 12 Stoic rules for life, essential principles that can help us achieve inner peace, resilience, and a fulfilling existence. These rules are not just for the philosophers of old, but are relevant for everyone in today's complex world. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Ancient Greek ruins, followed by images of famous Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Stoicism, a philosophy founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium around 300 BCE, teaches us how to live in harmony with the universe and ourselves. It emphasizes virtue, wisdom, and self-control as the keys to a good life. Although its origins are ancient, its teachings remain profoundly relevant, offering us timeless guidance in the face of modern challenges. In this video, we'll explore the top 12 Stoic rules for life that everyone needs to follow. These principles will help you navigate life's trials with grace, build inner strength, and live a life of purpose and meaning. Before we start the video, I have a little challenge for you. Watch the whole video, don't skip any part, and then apply what you learn to your life. Come back in a week and share the changes you've experienced. Please leave a comment below to let me know you're up for the challenge and ready to explore the deeper wisdom of Stoic philosophy. This is your own channel. This is supported by you, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's begin. Scene 2. Rule 1. Focus on what you can control. Segment 1. Introduction to the concept. A person standing calmly in a busy city street, ignoring the chaos around them. Rule 1. Focus on what you can control. One of the foundational teachings of Stoicism is the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, emphasized that true freedom comes from focusing on our own actions, thoughts, and reactions, things that are within our control. Segment 2. Historical context and philosophical insight. Epictetus taught that the key to a serene and empowered life is understanding the limits of our influence. The weather, the actions of others, and even our health to some extent are beyond our control. What we can control, however, are our judgments, our desires, and our actions. Quote, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Epictetus, Segment 3. Practical application. In practical terms, this means shifting your focus from external events, like other people's opinions or uncontrollable outcomes, to your own actions and attitudes. By doing this, you not only reduce stress, but also empower yourself to take control of your life. Example: for instance, instead of worrying about whether you'll get a promotion, focus on doing your job to the best of your ability. Instead of stressing over a relationship that may or may not work out, focus on how you can be the best partner you can be. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on your life. How often do you stress over things that are out of your control? What if you redirected that energy towards what you can control? This Stoic principle invites us to reclaim our power and live more intentionally. Scene 3. Rule 2. Embrace discomfort and challenge. Segment 1. Introduction to the concept. Rule 2. Embrace discomfort and challenge. Stoicism teaches that adversity is not something to be feared, but embraced as a means to strengthen our character. Seneca, a Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher, believed that facing challenges is essential for personal growth. Segment 2. Historical context and philosophical insight. Seneca advised that we should deliberately expose ourselves to discomfort to build resilience. He practiced what he preached by living frugally, even when he was wealthy, to ensure he could endure hardship without fear. Quote, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Seneca Segment 3. Practical application. In our modern lives, this might mean voluntarily taking on challenges, such as waking up early, exercising regularly, or even practicing minimalism. By embracing discomfort in controlled ways, we prepare ourselves to handle life's inevitable difficulties with greater ease. Example. Consider starting your day with a cold shower. It's uncomfortable, but it builds discipline and resilience. Or set aside time each week to tackle a task you've been avoiding. These small acts of courage build a stronger, more resilient you. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on the challenges you face. Do you avoid discomfort, or do you face it head-on? Stoicism encourages us to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. What can you do today to embrace discomfort and grow stronger from it? Scene 4. Rule 3. Practice gratitude. Segment 1. Introduction to the concept. Rule 3. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful Stoic practice that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reflected on the blessings in his life, despite his immense responsibilities. Segment 2. Historical context and philosophical insight. Marcus Aurelius, despite being the most powerful man in the world, often reminded himself to be grateful. In his Meditations, he reflected on the people who had influenced him, the lessons he had learned, and the beauty of nature around him. His gratitude grounded him amidst the pressures of ruling an empire. Quote, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius Segment 3. Practical application. Incorporate gratitude into your daily routine. Start your day by acknowledging the things you're thankful for. This simple practice can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, improving your mental and emotional well-being. Example. Try keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, this practice will help you develop a more positive outlook on life, even during challenging times. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on the things you often take for granted. Your health, your relationships, your opportunities. Gratitude is a choice that transforms our perception of life. What can you be grateful for today? Scene 5. Rule 4. Live in accordance with nature. Segment 1. Introduction to the concept. Rule 4. Live in accordance with nature. Stoicism teaches that living in harmony with nature and understanding our place in the world leads to a fulfilling life. This principle, known as living according to nature, is about recognizing the natural order of things and aligning our actions with our true purpose. Segment 2. Historical context and philosophical insight. The Stoics believed that everything in the universe operates according to a natural order, governed by reason. To live in accordance with nature means to live in a way that respects this order, acknowledging our role as rational beings and striving to fulfill our potential in harmony with the world around us. Quote, follow where reason leads. Zeno of Citium Segment. Practical application. Living in accordance with nature also means aligning your actions with your values and the common good. Consider the long-term impact of your choices, not just on yourself, but on others and the environment. Example. For example, you might choose to reduce your carbon footprint, volunteer in your community, or pursue a career that contributes positively to society. These are all ways to live in harmony with nature and fulfill your purpose as a rational and ethical being. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on your life. Are your actions aligned with your values? Do you live in a way that respects the natural world and your role within it? This Stoic rule invites us to find balance and purpose by living in harmony with nature. Scene 6, Rule 5, Cultivate Virtue, Segment 1, Introduction to the Concept. Rule 5, Cultivate Virtue. At the heart of Stoicism is the pursuit of virtue, living a life of moral excellence. The 4 cardinal virtues in Stoicism are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are the foundation of a good and fulfilling life. Segment 2, Historical Context and Philosophical Insight. The Stoics believed that virtue is the only true good, and that everything else, wealth, health, and even life itself, is secondary. The cultivation of virtue is the key to living a life of meaning and purpose. Quote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature." Marcus Aurelius, Segment 3, Practical Application. Cultivating virtue involves making conscious choices in alignment with these 4 cardinal virtues. Whether it's showing courage in the face of fear, acting justly in your dealings with others, practicing temperance in your desires, or seeking wisdom in your decisions, each moment is an opportunity to live virtuously. Example: next time you face a moral dilemma, ask yourself, what would a wise, just, courageous, and temperate person do? Let this guide your actions, and over time, you'll develop a stronger sense of virtue. Segment 4, Reflective Commentary. Reflect on your actions. Do they align with the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance? How can you better cultivate these virtues in your daily life? The pursuit of virtue is a lifelong journey, one that leads to true fulfillment and happiness. Scene 7, Rule 6, Practice Mindfulness and Self-Awareness. Segment 1, Introduction to the Concept. Rule 6, Practice Mindfulness and Self-Awareness. Stoicism encourages us to be mindful of our thoughts and emotions, cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness. By observing our internal state without judgment, we gain greater control over our reactions and decisions. Segment 2, Historical Context and Philosophical Insight. The Stoics placed great importance on self-examination and mindfulness. They believed that by understanding our thoughts and emotions, we can better control them, leading to a more peaceful and virtuous life. Quote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now." Marcus Aurelius, Segment 3, Practical Application. Incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine. Take time each day to observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This practice helps you respond to life's challenges with greater calm and clarity. Example: consider starting your day with a few minutes of meditation, focusing on your breath and letting go of distracting thoughts. Throughout the day, practice mindfulness by being fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, working, or spending time with loved ones. Segment 4, Reflective Commentary. Reflect on your day. How often do you act on autopilot, reacting to situations without thinking? Mindfulness and self-awareness allow us to break free from habitual patterns and make more intentional choices. How can you bring more mindfulness into your life? Scene 8, Rule 7, Accept Impermanence and Embrace Change. Segment 1, Introduction to the Concept. Rule 7, Accept Impermanence and Embrace Change. Stoicism teaches that everything in life is transient and change is inevitable. By accepting the impermanence of all things, we learn to let go of attachments and embrace the flow of life. Segment 2, Historical Context and Philosophical Insight. The Stoics understood that life is in a constant state of flux. They taught that by accepting this reality, we free ourselves from the suffering that comes from trying to hold on to what is destined to change. Quote, "Time is like a river made up of the events which happen, and a violent stream. For as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away, and another comes in its place, and this will be carried away too." Marcus Aurelius, segment 3. Practical application. In practical terms, embracing change means being adaptable and resilient. Instead of resisting the inevitable, we should learn to flow with it, finding new opportunities in every transition. Example: the next time you face a major change, whether it's moving to a new city, starting a new job, or even the end of a relationship, remind yourself that change is a natural part of life. Embrace it as an opportunity for growth and renewal. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on the changes you've experienced. How have they shaped you? What have you learned from them? Embracing impermanence allows us to live more fully in the present, appreciating each moment for what it is. Scene 9. Rule 8. Maintain a positive attitude segment. 1. Introduction to the concept. Rule 8. Maintain a positive attitude. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining a positive attitude regardless of external circumstances. By choosing to focus on the good and finding opportunities in adversity, we cultivate a resilient and optimistic mindset. Segment 2. Historical context and philosophical insight. The Stoics believed that our happiness depends more on our attitude than on our circumstances. By training ourselves to see the positive in every situation, we can transform even the most challenging experiences into opportunities for growth. Quote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Marcus Aurelius, segment 3. Practical application. Practicing positivity involves reframing your thoughts and focusing on what's within your control. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? For example, if you're facing a setback at work, instead of dwelling on the failure, focus on what you can learn from the experience and how you can improve in the future. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress, but also builds resilience. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on your attitude. How often do you focus on the negative? What if you made a conscious effort to find the good in every situation? Maintaining a positive attitude is a choice, one that can profoundly impact your happiness and well-being. Scene 10. Rule 9. Develop emotional resilience. Segment 1. Introduction to the concept. Rule 9. Develop emotional resilience. Stoicism teaches that we must cultivate the strength to remain calm and composed, regardless of external pressures. This emotional resilience allows us to face life's challenges with grace and fortitude. Segment 2. Historical context and philosophical insight. The Stoics believed that emotions, while natural, should not control us. By developing emotional resilience, we learn to manage our reactions and maintain inner peace, even in the face of adversity. Quote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Marcus Aurelius, segment 3. Practical application. Developing emotional resilience involves practices such as mindfulness, self-reflection, and rational thinking. When faced with a stressful situation, take a moment to breathe, assess the situation calmly, and choose your response wisely. Example: if you find yourself in a heated argument, instead of reacting impulsively, pause, take a deep breath, and consider your words carefully. This simple practice can prevent unnecessary conflict and help you maintain your composure. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on your emotional responses. How often do you let your emotions control you? By cultivating emotional resilience, you gain the power to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and confidence. Scene 11, Rule 10, Understand and Accept Fate. Amor Fati, Segment 1, Introduction to the Concept. Rule 10, Understand and Accept Fate. Amor Fati. Stoicism teaches the concept of Amor Fati, or love of fate. This principle encourages us to embrace everything that happens to us, good or bad, as necessary and valuable parts of our life's journey. The Stoics believed that everything happens for a reason, and that by accepting our fate, we can find peace and contentment in any situation. This doesn't mean passively resigning ourselves to our circumstances, but rather embracing them as opportunities for growth. Quote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Marcus Aurelius, Segment 3, Practical Application. Practicing Amor Fati involves embracing every aspect of your life, including the challenges and setbacks. Instead of resisting or lamenting your fate, accept it as part of your unique path and find ways to learn and grow from it. Example: if you experience a major setback, such as losing your job, instead of dwelling on the loss, ask yourself how this event can lead to new opportunities or personal growth. By embracing your fate, you transform obstacles into stepping stones. Segment 4, Reflective Commentary. Reflect on your life. How often do you resist what happens to you? What if you chose to embrace every experience as a necessary part of your journey? By practicing Amor Fati, you learn to love your life as it is and find peace in every moment. Scene 12, Rule 11. Seek wisdom continually. Segment 1, Introduction to the Concept. Rule 11. Seek wisdom continually. Stoicism places a high value on the pursuit of wisdom. Wisdom is not just knowledge, but the understanding of how to live a good life. It's about constantly seeking to learn, grow, and improve. Segment 2. Historical Context and Philosophical Insight. The Stoics believed that wisdom is the highest virtue and the foundation of a good life. They taught that we should never stop learning and seeking to understand the world and ourselves more deeply. Quote, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Epictetus, Segment 3, Practical Application. To cultivate wisdom, make learning a lifelong habit. Read books that challenge your thinking, engage in meaningful conversations, and reflect on your experiences. The pursuit of wisdom is a journey that never ends, and each day is an opportunity to grow. Example: set aside time each day to read something that expands your mind, whether it's philosophy, literature, or science. Engage in discussions with others who challenge your perspectives and be open to new ideas and insights. Segment 4, Reflective Commentary. Reflect on your pursuit of wisdom. Are you actively seeking to learn and grow? How can you incorporate more learning into your daily life? Wisdom is the key to living a good life, and the pursuit of it is a lifelong journey. Scene 13, Rule 12. Practice Detachment, Memento Mori. Segment 1, Introduction to the Concept. Rule 12. Practice Detachment, Memento Mori. Stoicism teaches the importance of remembering our mortality, Memento Mori, as a way to live more fully. By understanding that our time is limited, we learn to detach from material things and focus on what truly matters. Segment 2. Historical Context and Philosophical Insight. The Stoics believed that constantly reminding ourselves of our mortality helps us live with greater purpose and clarity. By accepting the inevitability of death, we free ourselves from the fear of losing material possessions and focus on living a virtuous life. Quote, on-screen voiceover, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Marcus Aurelius segment. 3. Practical application. Practicing detachment involves letting go of our attachment to material things and focusing on what truly matters, our relationships, our actions, and our character. By keeping the concept of Memento Mori in mind, we learn to prioritize what's truly important in life. Example: consider simplifying your life by letting go of things you don't need, or spending more time with loved ones instead of chasing material success. These practices help you focus on what truly matters and live a more meaningful life. Segment 4. Reflective commentary. Reflect on your life. How attached are you to material things? What if you focused more on living with purpose and less on accumulating wealth or possessions? By practicing detachment and remembering your mortality, you can live a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. Scene 14. Conclusion. The path of a Stoic. The path of a Stoic is not easy, but it is deeply rewarding. By following these 12 rules, you can cultivate a life of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. Remember, Stoicism is not about suppressing your emotions or being indifferent to life's challenges. It's about embracing them with courage, resilience, and grace. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the principles of Stoicism. We hope these teachings inspire you to live a life of purpose and meaning. Remember, the path of a Stoic is a lifelong journey, one that leads to true happiness and fulfillment. Subscribe for more insights on Stoic philosophy and practical wisdom.